Less than 3 weeks to the general elections, one of the gubernatorial candidates for the April 11 elections, Prince Gboyega Isiaka for the People's Democratic Party Ogun State, was hosted by friends, associates and stakeholders in the state a fundraising dinner for his campaign.
I think my capacity, my sincerity, my desire to change things in Ogun State, and my desire to take Ogun State to a higher level. I think that over time people have come to believe that, and I think that people have actually bought into that belief.
It was an opportunity to reflect on his potentials and his capability to lead the state, considering the fact that presently one of the other candidates is the incumbent governor from the All Progressive Congress.
Well, I think the major thing is sincerity. Our desire to effect a true change, and then the sincerity to do that. And that's one major thing that we have that's lacking in our state today. There is no clear vision, and even whatever is said is never followed through, because there are a lot of sincerity on ground. And so if I ask me that what is that major selling point, I think it is that we want to truly move our state forward. I want to do that with all sincerity, with all openness, and also to do that, with all the desire for that purpose and with people at the center of it, and not just pushing our own ego as we have going on now. And we believe strongly that with all that we have, around us, we will be able to do that, to sincerely make our state better, and we are going to do that.
In his opening remarks, the Director General of the Ogun PDP gubernatorial team, Dr Majekodunmi, described this as an event to showcase the potentials of Prince Gboyega Isiaka and also to rescue Ogun State from the present state of visionless leadership and the challenges that will need someone with dynamic approach to leadership to take charge of.
So we are talking about a man who is competent. We are talking about the economy. And why the economy is important, and why we need an economic manager in the like of Gboyega Isiaka is that this year is going to be very challenging. Every economic index is showing challenges. Exchange rate today is 227 naira to a dollar. Interest rate is high. So many things are happening. Revenues will nosedive by at least 40% during the course of the year. We cannot gamble putting the life of the state into the hand of someone who does not have a clue as to how to manage business. He's never done it before. He's not going to do it now. We cannot experiment. We need an economic manager in the like of Gboyega Isiaka.
In his assessment of Ogun State today, former Commissioner for Finance, Chief Kehinde Shogunle, described Ogun State as one presently that is facing a disenchanted civil service, a state that has experienced sectoral collapse, and also a state that has become an environmental hazard, which needs a leadership that will give it direction and reposition it as the industrial hub in Nigeria.
So we have a government here now that is conceptually weak. Some of us that have been in government know that government is serious business. I spent the best of 8 years in the government of Ogun State, and I can know that it's not tea party. And you need to think through things. You need to look at things holistically. You need to look at things systemically. What is the impact of this on this? If I do this, what is the impact, particularly on the common man? How can you embark on major road projects without looking at the impact of that on people that will be displaced in the process? Vulnerable people living day to day, and in one fell swoop, within 2 years, 7 markets were destroyed in one town. How do they want them to adjust? This is a country where you don't have adjustable mechanisms for people to survive, and in the name of development. We cannot stand and be watching this. For reason, and Ogun State, our state, #1 in all respects, that has paraded champions in every field of human endeavor. Talk about it. Ogun State people are there. You cannot write the history of Nigeria today without talking of the people of Ogun State, how did this befall us? How did it come to this conclusion? So right-thinking people should be asking, which kind of people should we be electing into positions?
Highlight of the event was the fundraising coordinated by Senator Musliu Obanikoro, notable PDP chieftain in the country.
Well, we will humbly donate the sum of 2 million to GNI. Thank you very much.
I will donate handsomely. You can trust me. Thank you very much.
Handsomely. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My intention is to donate 5 million naira before, but I learned that the first lady is from my town. I'm an Ibadan man. We had another 5 million to it, making 10 million naira.
It was also a moment of remarks and appreciation by the gubernatorial candidate for the People's Democratic Party for Ogun State, Prince Gboyega Isiaka, who appreciated everyone for their contribution and determination to change Ogun State with his candidacy.
I'm indeed very, very grateful to stand before this august audience just to say a few minutes of words of appreciation. All we want to tell you is that we shall make you proud. The vision you have for the state, we all know it. We all know the vision we have for the state, and I've said it many times. You can say anything you like, but when it's talk about visioning for that state and having a clear vision as to what will take that state forward, nobody can beat OGG, and that is where we're taking it from. We will take it from there. By the grace of God, that thing that we could not achieve in 2011, May 29, we shall achieve it 2015, May 29, by the grace of God. And once we did, most of these shenanigans shall be corrected. The only thing they claim and talk about is road. But when you even look at the things that is on road, you feel ashamed that you see a state of all the first that is having the kind of things that we have. Today, Ogun State is probably the state that have the largest number of abandoned projects, even during the tenure of an administration. About 10, the only road that has been completed in Ogun State today is the one that they started, the Shokori Road. All the other ones have been abandoned. Because why? They've gone into a project piling up debts and liabilities from voltage that are not even required, while forgetting things that we require for the future, like education and health. We are going to correct all of this. And that is why we said that whatever is take us by the grace of God, we are going to stop all these things that's going on in our state today. And we are really serious about it.
Former governor of Ogun State, who is also a mentor to the gubernatorial candidate of PDP, Otunba Gbenga Daniel, used the opportunity to solicit support for the candidacy of Gboyega Isiaka, fondly known as GNI, and also assured Ogun State that with the united PDP this time, they were ready to unseat the incumbent governor.
The situation that we are in today is what we had to do 2002, 2003, because we had to take on an incumbent. And I can tell you, that's like running across a moving train. But with a lot of energy, we were successful because we united the house. In 2007, that was a lot easier because it's an incumbent running for election. If you do a good job, you get it. But in 2011, it was an incumbent trying to support a GNI. And because the house was there, it was a tough job. Now in 2015, there is no power of incumbency. So we are back to the 2003 kind of struggle. And unlike 2003, when the incumbent was asleep, this incumbent is awake. Which means that we will need a lot of work to take him out. So my appeal to all of you, especially people who are supporting GNI, is to appreciate that. Stop behaving as if you won the election. No? You need to create room. The secret of this process is to create opportunity for everybody to have a sense of belonging. Business of elbowing this one, awala wambe. elbowing this one, we don't need this one, doesn't lead nowhere. So this is a special appeal to all our people as you do this work. When people come, even when the ideas they are bringing about appears to be stupid, please congratulate the person and say, wonderful, there is something that I've learned, I'm going to use it from the ideas you've contributed. Even if you don't use it, it's a different story. I'm just lending you a little bit of my own personal experience.
So as you can see here today, it's been a very interesting event. And we hope that this will translate to that fervency in the campaign of the Prince GNI team. And hopefully, April 11, we could see a big upset. Gboyega Isiaka coming in to become the new governor of Ogun State.